My mother always said that she thought I had an interest in journalism. When I was about 7 or 8, there was a television series called, I think, Big Town, which was about a big city newspaper editor and their reporters. So I started with a friend of mine putting out and delivering a little newspaper to people in the neighborhood, and I had to have been less than 10 at the time, and I had a paper route. So I used to go down to the newspaper on the weekends to pay bills and things like that. So I knew a little bit about newspapers, and I love sports. And I always thought the greatest job would be a sports writer. My father says it doesn't pay any money. Journalism is really a low-paid profession. So I remember in high school when I started thinking about going to college, the things that I was interested in and I felt I was good at were things that would lead me maybe into broadcasting, maybe into law, maybe into journalism. And I sort of remember looking at all the career counseling, reading the booklets and things like this. What are your strengths? What are the professions you'd be interested in? What's the pay scale? Things like that. I pretty quickly wrote off journalism because it was at the bottom of the pay scale. Mm-hmm. And I concentrated on, I thought advertising might be interesting because I'd worked for newspapers in high school and at my school newspapers. And it was sort of the heyday of Madison Avenue. It was the sort of the Mad Men years. And it was very glamorous, and I'm living in Westchester County at the time, and there were a lot of advertising people. You would see them get off the train, and it seemed like a fascinating profession, particularly Doyle Dane Bernbach, which was one of the really hot agencies at the time and was doing some great ads, the Alka-Seltzer ads, the Volkswagen ads, which are still classic today. And I thought this might be something I wanted to do. So I looked around, and one of the schools that I thought was really interesting was Syracuse, which had one of the few schools of radio and television in the country. They had a strong journalism school and also a good advertising department. So I went there with the idea that I would be interested in writing television commercials. Right.